So the whole, this is completely flexible system, and it allows really demand-driven approach to happen. If you are more than 60 years of age, then you just have to, submit one document of identity proof. That identity proof and age proof, of course, that can be Aadhaar, that can be PAN card, passport, driving license, which means any document which has got your photograph, which has got your gender, which has got your name and age is good enough. So that's what you have to take. And if you take Aadhaar, the best thing is that you don't have to create any photocopies or give any document, because Aadhaar provides a digital authentication service which you can do. Otherwise, other documents, photograph will be taken and your photograph will also be taken. That's the way to authenticate your identity. Now, in case you are more than 45 years but less than 60, then you have to also, you are allowed to be vaccinated if you suffer from any of the comorbidities which have been notified by the government. There are 20 of them, and if you are suffering or if you are having any of those conditions, you will have to get a certificate from your doctor, any registered medical practitioner, and you can go to the center, show the certificate. That certificate also be copied, photocopied and uploaded on the system so as to become a part of your document that you have taken this vaccine and this is the basis of your comorbidity. So that's another part. So this way, the process of vaccination also is very simple. You don't have to have a load of document, just a document proving your identity and just a document proving your comorbidity in case you are between 45 and 60. So that is what actually is the process and system. At the back end, every vaccination is recorded, which means that every time you do a vaccination, there is a real-time recording taking place after you are vaccinated. That data is uploaded so that we know which person has been vaccinated by what vaccine and on what day and by whom. So all those details are there. Immediately after vaccination, a certificate is issued. If it is the first dose, then we issue what is called the provisional certificate. And if it is after second dose, we will issue what is called a final certificate. This will be a digitally signed document. This will be given as a printout to you at the time you leave this, after half an hour of your, sort of observation period. That will be given as a printout and certificate. This will also be sent to your mobile Arogya Setu app. It will also be put in your digital locker. So it will be downloadable certificate which you can download anytime. And next time when you go to have a, on your job or something where it may be required. So that I think is the another part which will be required. So this is the broad sort of process. I think I have covered it more or less. Now the numbers, let me tell you that since last morning we launched this system, and since yesterday we have had about 50 lakh registrations on our site. So which means that if the number is about 1 to 4 could be the number. Now if the average number is 2, that means as many as 1 crore people have registered on our site. Obviously they will take appointments. Somebody might have, they must have just registered. They might not have decided on where to go, what date to go. So they may not have taken the appointment. But essentially this is the way the system is working. People had complained yesterday about the glitches in the system, and unfortunately glitches is something which has become associated with all the IT systems initially. There were glitches in the first version of the program which we started on 16th of January, which were rectified, and thereafter there have been no glitches. In this particular version, there were no glitches, but what had happened was that the people were looking for an application, for an app. So they were looking for an app, and they did find an app which looked quite similar to the CoWIN app or something, and they started working on that, and that app was not meant for this purpose. And therefore people started saying, oh, ये तो काम नहीं कर रहा, ये चल ही नहीं रहा है, इसको कैसे होगा भाई, आपका तो शुरुआत में ही गड़बड़ होने लगा. So then we told them that this is not, we are not putting up any app. The Arogya Setu will provide that functionality, or you can go on to the CoWIN website. So this is the way it has started. We have had no glitches in the system since yesterday, and of course we are watching the system for its scalability, because the system has to be highly scalable. It is not a small type of system. It is very simple, but it should be able to take care of the huge amount of load. After all, this is a program where we will be vaccinating 1/6 of humanity, and therefore this program has to cater to not hundreds and thousands, but millions of people at the same time. And there have to be number of transactions will be very large, and of course data transmission will also be pretty large, and therefore scalability is of concern to us. Similarly, we also want data to be secure, safe. The application should be free from any cyber attacks, because there are possibilities of that also. So we are taking care with the best security practices to ensure, and we want to ensure that the citizens' data is safe. Of course, we are not calling any personally sensitive data. The only data which we are collecting is the name, gender, age, that's all. We are not collecting even the addresses, in fact. So these are just 3 data points which are essential for us to know, because we need to monitor the kind of second dose and ensure that second dose is also same as the first dose. So that is a broad sort of architecture of the system. At the supply side, the hospitals publish their timetable, publish their sessions. That's what is happening since yesterday, which means that it's like a train timetable. The hospitals are like trains who are publishing their timetable. The citizens are actually just making reservations against those timetables. So that's how this system is expected to work. The state governments are actually sort of coordinating with the hospitals. The supply of vaccines to them is happening through the state governments, and we are encouraging them to provide vaccines and involve more and more private sector people. Total number of hospitals which are involved in this job is of the order of 26 to 27,000. We have involved private sector hospitals also, 12,500 of them. All the Ayushman Bharat empaneled hospitals, whose numbers is about 11,000. Then of course we have all CGHS hospitals, that also is about 800. Then we have 4 states where Ayushman Bharat is not running, which is basically Delhi, Odisha, West Bengal and Telangana. These states have their own insurance schemes, and we have enlisted and we have encouraged them to enroll those hospitals also, the hospitals empaneled in those schemes. So essentially we are having a round figure, and of course our own state government hospitals and health centers, the number should be about 26 to 20,000. And if they everybody starts functioning, and which will take place in a couple of days, because ultimately the logistics of medicine, vaccinations and other things does take a little bit of time, then we expect a significant increase in the number of number of vaccinations taking place, and we see no problem in the whole scalability issue as such.